Start the clock. The next question, the member for Toronto Centre.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Today marks 230 days since this government promised to pass Bill 173 to declare intimate partner violence an epidemic. This morning, lawyers from 13 legal clinics across Ontario came to Queen's Park, including those from Your Way Forward. They came to share their legal opinions about what this declaration will do for survivors in Ontario. The lawyers assert that the intimate partner violence declaration is not just symbolic, but that it would, and I quote, profoundly strengthen survivors' access to justice by compelling courts, tribunals, and administrative bodies to consider intimate partner violence when reviewing the facts of a legal case. End of quote. This government isn't working for survivors when they denied survivors the specific legal tool recommended by the legal experts to obtain access to justice. Speaker, this morning, this government, for the fourth time, denied the opportunity to declare intimate partner violence an epidemic. Why do Conservatives continue to wear the purple scarves while breaking the promise to survivors?
Members will please take their seats. Order. And to reply, the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services.
Thanks very much, Speaker. Speaker, let me make it very clear once again to all my colleagues in this chamber. When it comes to violence against women and children, we are focused on action, Mr. Speaker. This is a serious issue and it requires actions that deliver concrete and tangible results for women, for girls and families who are experiencing gender-based violence, Mr. Speaker. Some of the programs and supports that I mentioned earlier, that includes the emergency shelters, counseling, 24-hour crisis line, safety planning, transitional housing supports backed by $18.5 million of annual investment, Mr. Speaker, to help women escape abusive situations. Mr. Speaker, I will ask my honourable colleagues across, in Budget 2024, we increased funding to the sector by $5.5 million. In addition, $4.5 million for victim quick response programs. Unfortunately, my honourable colleagues across voted against these initiatives, Mr. Speaker. So I'm asking my colleagues across to join us together in working together to end violence against women.
Minister will take a seat. Supplementary, the member for Toronto St. Paul's.
This Conservative government has said no to our motions calling for real affordable housing, including supportive and transitional housing. This government has ignored the crisis in our shelter system. And Brave Agency to End Violence in the Peel region has had to turn away 500 women this year alone. Shame. There are no beds. Hundreds of women and children are being turned away from shelters and left with no choice than to go back to unsafe housing with abusive partners. No matter what this government pats themselves on the backs for during their dog and pony show IPV Phase 2 committee hearings, if the woman or child is dead, Speaker, if they are dead, there is no tomorrow. 100 municipalities have declared an intimate partner violence. My question is to the Premier. Will this Conservative government declare IPV an epidemic today so Ontario can release life-saving funding and resources necessary to address this public health crisis?
Thank you. Member will take her seat. Stop the clock. The member will please take her seat. Okay? I'm reluctantly going to warn